Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Ironworker Gaming channel. I am Ironworker814, and thank you for joining me for another Destiny 2 PvP 5-minute exotic armor review. And, well, it's a little over 5 minutes, but I had a lot to talk about here. And I can hear what you're thinking. You're like, really, Ironworker? We're talking about Contraverse Hold here. Handheld Supernova's trash now? Review over. And if that's your opinion of these gloves, I think you're missing the bigger picture here. So I want to shed some light on these exotics and show you how and why they can still be very useful. So if at any point in this video you're enjoying the content or just enjoying the manner in which it is presented, liking and subscribing are two totally free and easy ways to show your support. The bell icon is also there if you'd like to go the extra mile and get notified whenever I post a new video. But in all seriousness, I couldn't fault anybody for considering these the handheld Supernova gloves, because really, for a long time, that's what they were. And with handheld Supernova getting nerfed into the dirt with Shadowkeep, a lot of Guardians shelved these exotics and just never gave them a second look. But Contraverse Hold can synergize very well with another grenade and skill tree, maybe even more so than it could with handheld Supernova in certain aspects. So let's take a look at Contraverse Hold and then discuss what these things can do for us here in Season of Arrivals. Alright, for those who have not obtained these yet, Contraverse Hold is an exotic Warlock armor piece that is an RNG world drop or could be purchased from Xur. The exotic perk is Chaotic Exchanger. Resist incoming damage with Chaos Accelerant, Feed the Void, or Handheld Supernova. Charged Void grenades return a random amount of grenade energy on every hit. And the skill tree we're going to want to be using with these is Top Tree Voidwalker, Attunement of Chaos, to take advantage of the Chaos Accelerant. When holding your grenade button, it will overcharge your grenade, making it deadlier and more effective. We will talk about what deadlier and more effective means coming up in just a moment. We're going to pair this with our Vortex Grenade, which continually damages enemies trapped inside. Now, Chaos Accelerant does work with both your Axion Bolt and your Scatter Grenades, but I think you're getting the most bang for your buck here with the Vortex Grenade. So let's take a look at some damage numbers real quick here. An uncharged Vortex Grenade is going to do 50 points of blast damage and 25 points of damage per tick in the area of effect. A charged Vortex Grenade is going to do 63 points of blast damage and 32 points of damage per tick in the area of effect. This is just about a 30% increase in damage. Now, when charging the grenade, aside from increasing the damage, it is also going to increase the area of effect. So to show this, we're going to use this capture point here and the wonderful Agent Sparkles to figure out how much of an increase we are gaining. Now, the diameter of this capture point circle is roughly 8 meters. So if we throw an uncharged Vortex Grenade right on that flag, you can see it pretty much engulfs that whole circle. So we can figure that the damage field of an uncharged Vortex Grenade is roughly 8 meters. And Agent Sparkle, standing just outside of that circle at 5 meters, is untouched. But then when we throw a charged Vortex Grenade on the flag, Agent Sparkles takes 27 points of blast damage and is well within the area of effect of the grenade. After doing some more testing, trying to find max range of this area of effect damage field, we found it to be when Agent Sparkles was standing 6 meters away from the flag. That means with a charged Vortex Grenade, our damage field is 12 meters in diameter, 50% more than with an uncharged Vortex Grenade. So with all that out of the way, let's take a look at the performance of this pseudo build and talk about how these numbers are actually applying in the Crucible. Right off the bat, I just want to say I do focus on the PvP side of things, but everything we're about to talk about is more than applicable on the PvE side of things. This can be very strong, especially here in Season of Arrivals with the return of Oppressive Darkness. Just something to keep in mind as we move through this review. And as you're watching the background gameplay here, there's a couple things I want you to take note of. 1, I am terrible with a scout rifle, and 2, how much grenade energy I am getting back after every kill. So first thing to consider here is that Contraverse Hold's grenade energy regen triggers on a hit of any Guardian, so even someone who takes a single tick of damage is still going to net you some grenade energy in return. How much grenade energy? Well, it's variable, as stated in the exotic perk. In my experience, it seems to either be quarter, half, three-quarter, or a full grenade. And since we're using Chaos Accelerant, we are casting a much bigger net, giving us a greater chance of catching enemy players in our damage field, making it much more likely that we're going to see big jumps in our grenade energy, resulting in exponentially more grenade uptime. And that is exactly what we want because of the increased lethality of these vortex grenades. You want this grenade up as much as possible, because not only are you doing more damage, but that increased area of effect makes it a lot harder for enemy guardians to get out of your damage field. Now if you want, you can increase your grenade uptime even more by building into this a little bit. Contraverse Hold does do a great job on its own, but speccing heavy into discipline and running a weapon with demolitionist or slotting a bomber mod into your class armor will help immensely. And if you play your cards right, you'll have that grenade up so often you can pretty much use it like your primary weapon. Plus, because we're using Contraverse Hold, you're going to see a 30% reduction in any incoming damage. And unlike handheld Supernova or Feed the Void, Chaos Accelerant allows us to hold our grenade indefinitely. And since our grenade is going to be up and ready to go like 90% of the time, we can use this as a great survivability tool. And on top of all that, since we're running Top Tree Voidwalker, we get the added benefit of having Bloom, where void ability kills cause targets to explode, dealing additional damage to nearby targets. And when stuck in that extremely intense damage field of a charged vortex grenade, you can just imagine how quickly those enemy targets are going to fall like dominoes if they're all tightly grouped up. So all in all, we are dealing with an extremely strong build here, and I hope this sheds a little bit of light on how deadly Contraverse Hold can be if given the chance. So if you're one of those warlocks who have had these things in mothballs since Shadowkeep, now is a great time to pull them out and give them a try. If nothing else, this is an extremely viable change of pace in the Crucible. So if you've made it to this point in the video and you did enjoy it, liking and subscribing are both greatly appreciated. If you'd like to check me out live, you can head over to Twitch and look for Ironworker814, and to get a hold of me, you can either message me on my very neglected Twitter account, or just leave a comment down below. I will be certain to get back to you. And with all that being said, I'd like to thank you for spending a piece of your day checking out this armor review. You guys are awesome, and I will catch you on the next one.